Hi everyone, I've just come to show you an album I made. I received loads of crafty things like most of us for Christmas. One of the things I received was a 12 by 12 paper stack called Sewing Bed by Tilda. And as you probably know, Tilda make absolutely beautiful quality papers. And this is all sewing and fashion themed. So as fabric plays a huge part in fashion, I've put a lot of fabric in this album by way of trims, lace, ribbons. I've also incorporated things like buttons and as well as the papers and the cutouts. So I'll just show you the book. I'm going to just move the tripod because the camera doesn't zoom out. So there's the front cover. I'll just give you a close-up. Vintage fashions. I love vintage fashions. And it's also done to that front cover is cut out a piece of the paper and then put a gorgeous coordinating blue trim along there. All the pages, facing pages, they're either matching or coordinating, and on the first one it's very much a blue page, so I've incorporated some blue lace as you can see and some pale blue trim. If you can hear some funny breathing going on, it's my cat, he's got asthma. So there's I made a pocket out of one of the piece of the paper. It's like a dress pattern plan. So I made a pocket and I just, let me turn this light around, and I just filled it with lots of let me close up. Lots of things that had a moustache by way of journal cards, and I've tried to pick blues and greens and coordinating things, but it's just, oh, that's not the same colour, but it goes, it's a fashion journal card that I made, and then you can write on the back with white pen. As I say, these are all just little journal things I had a moustache, so I put them in. So I won't go through all them, be here all day. So that's the first page. The next page, just zoom out a bit, it's I've made a tiny pocket here out of a piece of the paper, and it's got a tape measure on and a button and a flower, and I've made that into a pocket, see, and inside there I've just put this, I cut this out of the paper. They're all fashion, and on the back is that, and that'll be the photo mat where you put your photograph, and it fits neatly into that tiny pocket that I made there. And I just popped a button there, a real button, to match the image of this button. Next pages, very much a turquoise page. So here I've just made a belly band out of the paper, and I've stuck a little button, and I cut out this out of the paper pad. It's a little button card, and I'm trying to get it all in. Here's the photo mat that I've slipped in there, so that's where you stick your photo, and I would leave the fashion photo showing. And I've stamped some images there, as you can see, some antique sewing scissors and a dress form there, and that fits neatly inside the belly band. And you could also fit some photographs inside that as well. Matching on the other page, the paper, I've made a pocket out of the paper, the same paper, and I've put another piece at the top which had all images of buttons on. That's why I popped a button there. But you see the paper all matches, and I've made a pocket, and underneath I've stamped a needle and thread and another dress form, and this is underwear pattern, and you can put your photo mat on the back, so that fits into that pocket, and you could also fit extra photos in the pocket, and that button coordinates with those buttons there. Next 2 pages, red. So as you can see, let me just put that up a bit. I've made a pocket here, and I've put a fashion design which coordinates with the paper and your photo mat at the back, so that pops in there. And I've included, whereas the backing paper is white with red dots on, I've included 2 buttons which are actually red with white dots, and I've put some red and white ribbon by way of white hearts on that red satin ribbon to decorate the dual pages. And moving across to this page, we're still with the red and white dots, and I've made a pocket here out of this imaged paper, and in there is another photo mat like the facing page, but not exactly the same. And there's your photo mat on the back, and as well as that pocket for the photo mat, you could stick loose photographs in as well. I've popped a little ladybird there, absolutely nothing to do with fashion or sewing, but I thought the colours went very nicely with that page. Moving on, here I've made a pocket out of the there's an underwear image, and there's an old sewing machine, some fabric and flowers, and the facing page has the same flowers on it, and it's actually got a small amount of the same underwear fashion design. I've stamped on the sewing machine to coordinate with the facing sewing machine, and in the image there's a pink button here with crisscross thread, so I've actually glued on a button there, and I've given it crisscross thread which matches the thread on the sewing machine. As the pocket and the facing page, I've got the underwear pattern, so I've used that underwear pattern for this photo mat, and there's the reverse. I've cut out of the paper, I've cut out the paper a big one of the matching flowers which go all the way through, and I've popped a pink button there because this seems to be quite heavily embossed with pink, and I've just stamped some images there, a little jar of pink buttons, and the sewing machine which I already showed you. So sorry, I wish I could zoom out so you could get all this in. Last pages, I've made quite a large belly band going across, so you could fit on some small wallet photographs there. Here's the, I've also put a little pocket here so that any photo mats you put inside the belly band or photographs, they won't fall out because that's saving them. And the image is that one, gorgeous image. And on the paper, on the page, sorry, I've cut out a pale blue cotton reel and just popped that on top. facing page, I've cut out the paper with the same image as that page, and it's got some other images there. Now, because I've put, I don't know if you've noticed, I think I did draw your attention, I've put fabric trim and ribbon on all the middle of the dual pages. On this page is the lemon, and I've just popped some yellow flowers on top, and to match the yellow I've popped some little yellow flowers here which I've held together with a gold brad. And on the facing page I've popped a little yellow heart made out of fabric. And then on the last page I've put a dress form with the sewing machine. These are actually die cuts that you get with the paper. So I popped out the dress form and the sewing machine, and I've put pink ribbon down there, and there's a nice big space there for a photograph. Now, also in this book I've put six large top loading pockets, and I'll just show you 3 because I've done 2 of each one, so no need to get the 6 out. I'll just get the 3 different ones out. And I've done this all to go with the sewing theme again. So there's 2, oh, and I've done these as large tag shapes. Trying to show you there. Large tag shapes. And I've done all sewing themes. So that's a large tag of buttons, and that belongs on the yellow pages. And on the back I've stamped journal, and I've stamped a sewing machine, a rolled up tape measure and a rule. So you get 2 of them, and then 2 of these, because that's like a plaid fabric, and that belongs on the pink page. And on the back, journal again, and I've put some antique sewing scissors, some tape measure and the rule. And the idea is to pop your photographs on the front and to journal on the reverse, and there's 6 of those. And the other one of a pair are these fabric sewn hearts, and they belong in the red page, the red trim page. And I've stamped journal, and I've stamped a needle and thread and the rule on that one. So you get 6 of them, and that's my vintage sewing, vintage fashions album by Tilda, made by Sukitten. Hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Bye.